region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.
Welcome, everybody, to the Water Cooler. I'm David Brody. It's Thursday, October 8th, and yes, I understand the water cooler conversation today in America is all about a fly Vice President Pence had on his head. So, look, here we are, right? With all the important issues out there in America, a fly is trending on Twitter. I mean, in a way, that's kind of the state of our nation. But I digress. Let's start with some serious water cooler conversation about the next presidential debate, which now is basically in a virtual tailspin. By the way, that was pun intended. For example, is this what the next debate between Biden and Trump is going to look like next week? The old fire up the Skype on the computer with a bag of Cheetos on the side routine. Look, the debate commission says they're going to go virtual for the next debate. President Trump's reaction is like, good luck with that. I'm not showing up for any of that. He says he's not doing the virtual debate. We're going to get into the politics of it. As for the vice presidential debate, it was a bit refreshing, actually, to see a relatively civilized debate. We're going to point out some of the highlights from the debate and why it could potentially move the needle. And the African-American vote. Can President Trump make inroads with the black community? Many people laugh it off, but who may have the last laugh? Diamond and Silk are going to be here. Oh, boy, get ready. Buckle the seatbelt later in the show. But first, let's break down some of the vice presidential debate and what it may mean going forward. Look, the bottom line is this. If President Trump has any chance of winning a second term, he's going to have to win some key Rust Belt states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, etc. There are a lot of culturally conservative, blue-collar Democrats in those states, and that's why talk about the Supreme Court is so important, because a court packed with liberals doesn't necessarily jive with those voters at all. So the big moment in the debate was when the vice president asked Harris point blank if she would pack the Supreme Court, and she couldn't answer the question. Have a look.
Thank you, Senator Harris.
People, Susan, are voting right now. They'd like to know if you and Joe Biden are going to pack the Supreme Court if you don't get your way in this nomination.
Let's talk about packing.
You once again gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
Trying to answer you
the
now.
American people deserve a straight answer. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the straight answer is they are going to pack the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election.
Yeah, let's talk about packing the court then. Let's talk about the fact. Yeah, I'm about to. So the Trump-Pence administration has been, because I sit on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Susan, as you mentioned, and I've witnessed the appointments for lifetime appointments to the federal courts, district courts, courts of appeal. People who are purely ideological, people who have been reviewed by legal professional organizations and found to have been not competent, are substandard. And do you know that of the 50 people who President Trump appointed to the Court of Appeals for lifetime appointments, not one is black? This is what they've been doing. You want to talk about packing a court? Let's have that discussion.
So Kamala Harris with the reaction there. So the other takeaway last night had to do with the coronavirus. Kamala Harris hit the administration hard on it, of course, but the vice president put together a pretty succinct and factual comeback that spoke volumes. I want you to have a look.
We actually do know what failure looks like in a pandemic. It was 2009. The swine flu arrived in the United States. Thankfully, it ended up not being as lethal as the coronavirus. But before the end of the year, when Joe Biden was vice president of the United States, not 7.5 million people contracted the swine flu, 60 million Americans contracted the swine flu. If the swine flu had been as lethal as the coronavirus, in 2009, when Joe Biden was vice president, we would have lost 2 million American lives. His own chief of staff, Ron Klain, would say last year that it was pure luck that they did, quote, everything possible wrong. And we learned from that.
All right, let's get some debate reaction now. Jenna Arnold, the top surrogate for the Biden campaign, is here with us now and the author of the book, Raising Our Hands. Jenna, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hey, so how did you see last night? What stood out to you exactly?
Well, the most important variable is that we had the first Black woman on a vice presidential debate stage in the nation's history. So I want to make sure that we don't pull that away from us, because that was a huge milestone. Right. The second thing is the irony is I found it a tinge boring in the end, which is exactly what policy is supposed to be when we're splitting hairs and trying to understand the difference between the two parties. I also think it was clear that Kamala presented a case that would help voters understand how the country would look much different, both from a financial, a pandemic, a social justice perspective, and how that would ultimately impact our families and how we can get back to thriving.
Look, I have to tell you, Jenna, I mean, Kamala Harris is a really good debater. Pence is too, for sure. I thought she was just fine last night, but here's the thing. She didn't answer the packing of the court question. Why do you think that is? They obviously don't want to answer that question. What is your sense as to what voters should take away from why they're not specifically saying yes or no on that question?
Because I think it's unclear what's actually going to happen related to SCOTUS over the next couple of days and as it relates to the election. I think there's a scenario where that might come to fruition if we find ourselves with a new Supreme Court justice that isn't reflective of the state of the country. You know, one of the things that's really important to consider is that per Harris's comment around not having another justice that's reflective of the diversity of this country, but we have a nominee who's being considered who has perspectives that are in the minority of the general population related to reproductive rights or health care.
Yeah, I'm wondering about, as we move forward, there's some news today, if I can just transition from the vice presidential debate to what we hear now, President Trump does not want to take part in this virtual debate. I want to get your reaction to that, because the Trump campaign, and I'm just looking at it now, they just put out a statement, and of course so did the Biden campaign, but the Trump campaign basically saying they want those debates now to be October 22nd and October 29th. In other words, they want to push it all back and still have those two debates. What is your take about Trump saying no to the virtual debate?
I think it's silly. I think it's a waste of an opportunity for the American public to be able to engage with a presidential candidate, to be able to hear what they have to say about the direction they want to take this country. It's unfair to me. Obviously, we have access to his tweets and their public statements, but I think there's a missed opportunity for us to really see who these people are. I don't necessarily mind them pushing it back, except you have millions of people voting constantly. I'm not of the belief that there's a tremendous amount of swing voters at the moment, but I have been made aware of more and more of them over the past 24, 48 hours in ways that were surprising to me. So I think the more quickly we can engage in the subjects that so many people care about, the better. And if it has to be virtual, if it has to be on either side of a football field, then we got to do it. This is about democracy. This isn't about the next term. This is about the next 300 years for this country.
You know, how do you respond to some of the criticism that this candidate, Joe Biden, I've known him for a while. I've interviewed him back in 2008 and beyond. I mean, he's a jovial guy, good-natured guy for sure. There's been a lot of criticism of him, kind of either things are on prompter or he needs some prompting, if you will. Some of the, a little bit of a degenerative slide from an intellectual standpoint. What is your take on that? What has been your experience exactly? I want to kind of get your sense of it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with keeping our public officials on subject. I think there's probably a few notes that the Republican Party could probably take from how to make sure that candidates are staying focused on the message and the points that Americans need to hear. Listen, Joe is the age that he is. Same thing with Trump. I care mostly about who my president is going to appoint to provide information and guidance and advice to them as they navigate their positions. So talking points, teleprompters, it's irrelevant to me. I just want to make sure that there's a really smart team leading this country.
Kamala Harris had quite a few strong moments last night. One of them was when she looked right into the camera and said, they're coming for you. They're coming for you on your health care. Obviously, reproductive rights and care was in that as well. Talk to me. I mean, you're right at the leading edge of a women's movement here in America. What is your take as to how this is going to translate in 2020 as it relates to suburban women we hear so much about? Because there's a sense that Trump could lose some of those voters, and that could just be the end of his presidency.
American white women are the largest voting bloc in the country. They will be through 2060, when it's thought that they'll control 56 Senate seats. It was clear immediately after the 2016 election, there was a lot of confusion about the role that this specific demographic plays in making presidential decisions. What they're seeing is so many people in their communities, both on social media or in marches, or people organizing in ways that they haven't seen before. And it's forcing so many of them to engage in the questions and the very complicated subjects that have been easy to turn our backs to, right? Taxes. The tax code is more complicated for even people who are right code in the government. So there's suddenly this awareness and newfound responsibility to engage. And sadly for the Republican Party, because it's become so divisive, that the writing is on the wall from a factual perspective, and they're all naturally moving to the left.
Jenna Arnold, a real pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me here on the show. Really insightful, and good luck with the campaign, and of course your new book, or your book out there, Raising Our Hands. I'd get into the second title, the subtitle, but it's long and we're running out of time. Jenna, thanks again. All right, coming up, the one and only tag team duo of Diamond and Silk. As you might imagine, they have a few other things on their mind. Back in a moment.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice, legendary wide receiver.
You ready for your weekly meeting?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do this. Let's stack the deck.
When legends play, they wear Copperfit Advanced Back Pro. Copperfit's best-selling compression back support just got better with new double-band adjustable supports for customizable compression when you need it most.
Since I put this on, I feel so much better. The core is the most important thing. To know that I'm stabilized here. Whatever I'm doing, I can give it 100%.
4 built-in stabilizing supports designed to improve posture and help reduce lower back stress and strain.
You have back pain, and it's affecting your everyday life. You do something.
If you can find something to help you get back out and be active like Copperfit, go for it.
Absolutely.
Do not give up.
A high-performance compression fabric infused with the powerful properties of copper, 360-degree flexible mobility, and lightweight, durable construction.
Nothing more painful than having back pains. If you're aching, if you feel like you can't work out anymore, you can. and that's with CopperFit.
It's for all of us who still want to be active, still want to compete.
Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this really does feel good. It feels to me like the fountain of youth.
CopperFit's best-selling back support just got bigger, badder, and better. Or call 1-800-944-5851. Or on the web at advancedbackpro.com. Get yours now for only $19.99.
This does feel good.
That's what I've been saying.
You think it was fair?
It was fun.
Play for the love of the game.
CopperFit, live limitless.
I'm Nick Bolton, and these days...
Hey there.
Hey there. It seems everybody has a pair of tactical sunglasses.
Good morning.
Morning. But what if you already wear glasses? Then you need these Up Tac Glasses. These new glasses fit right over your existing eyewear to give you all the benefits of our Tac glasses while you comfortably wear your regular glasses. Plus, like all Tac glasses, Up Tac Glasses feature Bell & Howell light filtering technology that makes invisible objects suddenly become visible. There's just nothing like them on the market today. Here you go, buddy.
Thanks, Nick.
Act now to get your Up Tac Glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. But wait, order today and you can get a second pair. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-284-4127 or go to flipupglasses.com. That's 1-800-284-4127 or order online at flipupglasses.com.
Welcome back, folks. Look, every 4 years we have a race for the White House, but this year, race has taken on a whole new meaning. I mean, look, it's 2020, everything's different. Both candidates have made overtures to talk to minorities in an attempt to court their votes. Sometimes, though, it comes off like you're talking down to minorities. For example, Vice President Joe Biden has been no stranger to this. Whether he's talking about, are we seeing an Indian at a 7-Eleven? He did that in past years. This time around, he's questioning the blackness of his supporters if they don't vote for him. We want to get into all of that and a whole lot more with our next guest. They need no introduction. Come on, they're diamond and silk. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Well, tell me, what'd you think of last night's debate, first of all? Let's talk about that.
Listen, I think that Kamala Harris went on that stage expecting to be a prosecutor, and Vice President Pence, you know, he chewed her up and spit her out like a Tic Tac. She had to pick her own face up off the floor. So he did a phenomenal job in the debates, and I think he won hands down.
That's right.
What about the race issue? That came up quite a bit. I mean, I thought it was interesting that Mike Pence came back at her and talked about her role as a prosecutor. That was a pretty telling moment.
Absolutely. You know, anytime the left is losing, Kamala is losing, what they tend to do is bring up the race card. Mm-hmm. So I think that Vice President Pence handled himself very well. And look at Kamala's record. You know, she locked up a lot of men, a lot of minorities for doing the same thing she was doing, smoking weed. That's right. So I was happy that he brought out her record on how she was as a prosecutor and the things that she used to do back in the day.
And you got to also remember that's part of the Democrat tactic. One thing is to play the race card, but the race card is now in decline. People are tired of hearing it. People are tired of listening to it. Right now they're ready to play the Trump card so they can win, and win.
Yes.
And we're going to get to the race card, if you will, in a moment, ladies. I want to ask you a little bit about the news breaking today about this virtual debate. Apparently, the Commission of Presidential Debates wants this, or says they're going to have a virtual debate, and Donald Trump's like, I'm not having any of that. That puts Joe Biden back in the basement in Delaware. What do you take of? What's your make of it?
I agree with the president. It puts Joe Biden back in the basement, safe and sound behind a mask. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. Last night they had plexiglass. Well, then if you are that afraid of President Donald J. Trump, then put him in his own little box. But I think they should debate live on stage how we normally see it and not virtual. So I'm on the president's side with this.
And when you have a person like Jim Crow Joe running from a virus he can't see and hiding from one that's invisible, what is he scared of? How is he going to be able to face this country head on or foreign countries head on if he's hiding in the basement? If he can't stand toe-to-toe and go against our President Donald J. Trump, he don't need to be running for president.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the African-American turnout, the black community turnout in 2020. What do you expect? What did he do in 2016? Didn't he do like 8%, I think? But you expect that number to be obviously higher. How much higher can he go, do you think?
Well, first of all, let me just say this. Back in 2016, the candidate Donald Trump asked Black America, what the hell do you have to lose? You know, if we don't vote for him this time, we're going to have a hell of a lot to lose. So it's imperative that everyone get out and vote for him, particularly Black America, because he's the one that's done something for Black people. If you look at President Donald J. Trump's record and compare that to Jim Crow Joe been in government for 47 years and haven't done not one thing for Black America. But he did push a crime bill to decimate Black families. He did stand on the Senate floor and refer to Black people using the N-word and predators. So you need to look at what's going on. You need to look into these people records. Now, President Donald J. Trump has a record. Black unemployment at an all-time low, home ownership an all-time high. He's given more money to HBCUs than any other president in history. Opportunity zones, First Step Act, giving people a second chance. And now he has the Platinum Plan. So I'm telling you, if you are on the fence, it's time for you to jump off the fence, walk through the gate, get on the Trump train, and make sure you vote for Donald J. Trump. I think you're going to see a percentage very, very high, unlike any other Republican that has ever run for president.
Especially, don't get hoodwinked about Kamala Harris talking about Jim Crow Joe or Joe Biden has a plan. He's been having a plan for 47 years. He's like the mechanic working on a car, a vehicle, for 47 years, and he's begging for 4 more years to fix the issue. If he couldn't do it in half a century, how is he going to do it in 4 years?
And if Jim Crow Joe Biden had a plan, why didn't he tell Obama about the plan?
That's right.
You know, I have to say, so I think I've heard it quite a few times, and we've talked before, you call him Jim Crow Joe, and of course, I'm wondering, when you say that, what are you trying, what's the message you're exactly trying to either say or imply? Because I don't want people to take it a certain way. I want you to explain exactly what you mean when you use it like that.
Thank you for asking. When I call him Jim Crow Joe, what I mean is that every word almost that comes out of his mouth, he echoes the sentiments of bigotry and of racism. He represents racism. Now, the media won't call him out on that, but Diamond and Silk will. When we look at his past, how he wrote a crime bill decimating the Black family, how he stood hand in hand with a former KKK member, how he reached across the aisle to a segregationist. How he said the other night, he is the Democrat Party, which is the party that didn't want slavery to end. Party of KKK, the party of Jim Crow, the party of segregation. That's who he represents. So when I call him Jim Crow Joe, a vote for Joe is a vote back to the Jim Crow days.
That's right.
Ladies, I've got about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds or so. So give me your sense about this election coming up. I know you believe the president's going to win, obviously, and you both are optimistic and you're very vocal. But is there any reservation? What is the concern that you might have at all about this election coming up? Because poll after poll shows that Biden's got this double-digit lead nationally. I know the polls can be skewed and all that, but then the president comes down with coronavirus and Kayleigh McEnany's got coronavirus, and it just seems like the forces are kind of coming against this president. Are you of any concern at all that things might not be going so well for 2020?
I think things are coming together. We have therapeutic medicines to treat this virus that has a 99% recovery rate. Let us not get that twisted. Also understand that we are going to be okay. My only concern is what these Democrats are trying to do when it comes to mail-in ballots. And this is what I want to tell everybody. Treat your vote as if it was $1 million. If you had $1 million lottery ticket, will you mail it in or will you take it in? Go to the polls and vote. Vote right, vote red, and vote for President Donald J. Trump.
Diamond and Silk, always a firebrand and great information. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, ladies. All right, the White House press corps and President Trump, a closer look at the tap dance in the last 4 years. We're back in a moment with Jeff Mason, White House correspondent from Reuters.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in granite stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. All right, the media and the coverage of Donald Trump obviously has been kind of a storyline for 4 years or so, and we're going to get into some of that. But first, I want to bring in Jeff Mason, a White House correspondent for Reuters. Jeff, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Good to be with you, David.
The vice presidential debate last night. Give us some of your thoughts and some of the reporting that you and Reuters and others are doing out there, and what's kind of the if not analysis, more from the reporting standpoint as to how this kind of went down in Salt Lake.
Well, it was a fascinating debate, which I think everybody expected it to be. The start was pretty strong, I think, on the side of Senator Harris in terms of basically putting Vice President Pence on the defensive about the administration's response to COVID. But Vice President Pence was also very steady throughout the whole debate. So I'm reluctant to ever call a winner or a loser, but in this case, I think it was probably a draw. They were pretty equally matched, and there were no major fireworks, but both really held their own.
You know, everybody always likes to look for a moment in the debate or a viral moment or something along those lines. I just thought that the packing of the court question by the vice president when he tried to put Kamala Harris on the spot, and she just didn't have an answer. And I understand, I mean, it's a hypothetical, I get it, but the fact that she's not answering and Joe Biden wouldn't answer, I mean, you wonder electorally and in 2020, especially as it relates to the Rust Belt, how this may play, because the Biden-Harris campaign seems to have to do a tap dance here to not kind of tick off either side, conservative Democrats or the radical left or the liberal left.
Well, what was interesting to me about that moment, where there were two pieces to that. One, you're absolutely right. Senator Harris did not answer that question. She found a way to sort of turn it around, with which Vice President Biden did the same. But it came, that question, and the point where Vice President Pence really kind of called her on that, right after he had also done the same with regard to a question about a health care plan. And he didn't answer the moderator's question about how the president would guarantee people with pre-existing conditions would continue to have health care at the same time that his administration is trying to end the Affordable Care Act in court. So both of them, both candidates, dodged major questions that are important, particularly to their respective bases, and did so pretty artfully. But the only one who called the other person on it was Mike Pence on Kamala Harris. It was interesting to me that she didn't call him on basically the same maneuver with regard to the question about the ACA.
Jeff, you've been watching debates for a very long time. I've obviously watched a few or two in my career. I thought what was interesting, what Vice President Pence did last night, it was subtle, but it was actually pretty effective. I was curious to get your take on the coronavirus. We saw Mike Pence say that the American people, he always talked about the American people are doing great things in this comeback, that we're all fighting this together. So he was able to kind of blunt some of the Trump criticism by saying, I'm with the American people. And that seemed to put Kamala Harris in a position where she couldn't go further in some of her attacks because the vice president was saying, are you not pulling for the American people to come through this? I thought it was actually pretty depth on his part.
He was prepared. He was absolutely prepared for the attack he came with, and that was his response. I mean, they kind of clearly on a topic as important and as resonating as the pandemic right now. I think they probably could have easily gone past 9 minutes on that, and that moment sort of came towards the end there. I would have been curious to keep watching that conversation, but Susan Page had a mandate to move forward as the moderator, and that's what she did.
Yeah, moderator is always in such a tough spot. I thought she did a pretty good job, actually, last night. Let me ask. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's a lose-lose position to be moderator in these things, I think.
100%. Let me ask you about some of the news we're getting out today about the next presidential debate. As you know, the news is out there that this is going to be a virtual debate and that the president says, I'm not showing up to any sort of virtual debate. What are the political potential ramifications here? I know the campaign now coming out with a statement saying we want to push it all back a week, do October 22nd and 29th. What's your sense?
Yeah, and the Biden campaign now saying that too. Initially saying that a virtual, my understanding is that they initially accepted a virtual debate and then said, no, let's wait until the president is able to do this debate in person. Although, of course, President Trump and the Trump campaign were saying that he'd be able to do it next week. So I think in general, both campaigns would like them to meet in person. It is not unprecedented for there to be virtual debates, that is to say, having candidates appearing from different locations in the country and having them filmed in different spots. But it is certainly easier to be on the stage together and show that sort of dichotomy or that difference between the two candidates, and clearly both men would prefer that.
Jeff, this is probably more of a question for the Commission on Presidential Debates, but I am curious, just as kind of a political observer, they're making it a virtual debate almost a week before the actual debate. I mean, at this point, the president still has COVID-19, but in 4, 5, 6 days, he could test negative twice within a 24-hour span between the two negative tests and be A-OK. So I'm just wondering why they're making that call a week ahead of time. I know you have to plan things out, but at the same time, it seemed to be a little bit premature at this point. Am I reading that wrong?
Well, I haven't spoken to anyone at the commission, so I don't have my own reporting on that. But what I read is that there were people like technicians and others who would have been in the room who were concerned. And the truth is, the president has been around other people, and there would be other people who would be traveling with him to that debate.
Right.
And if he is by then clear of the virus, and we all hope he will be, it's hard to guarantee that others around him might not still be have been exposed and or contagious.
Jeff, I got about a minute left, a little less. Covering this president, it's been, You know, he loves to just go back and forth with reporters. He's called you out a couple of times. You've given it, when I say you've given it right back to him, you haven't backed down for sure. How do you cover this president? What's some of the art, if you will, not of the deal, but of covering this president?
I think, my attitude is we cover this president hopefully the way we would anyone. Our job as reporters is to seek the truth. It's to ask hard questions. It's to tell the story as accurately as possible. There are certainly challenges related to covering President Trump that I haven't experienced with other presidents, but every president has his or her own challenges, and but it would be sugarcoating it to say that there haven't been a bunch with President Trump. There certainly have.
Jeff Mason, always a pleasure. Great to see you on the show. Hope you'll come back. Coming up, packing the court. Will it happen, and what are the implications of it if it does? We've got some answers when we come back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price plus free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
You know, one thing about the water cooler, the conversation is always changing and the hot topics are always changing. And here's a hot topic that is sure to be making news, not just now as we're getting word today, but in the next 24 to 36 hours for sure. The Department of Justice has basically said, and I shouldn't say basically said, they've said that they've arrested 6 men in a Michigan militia, a white supremacist militia, as it relates to the potential kidnapping of Governor Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. Once again, she wasn't kidnapped or anything like that, but there was a plot to kidnap her. 6 men from a Michigan militia, white supremacist group in Michigan, have been arrested, according to the Department of Justice. As you might imagine, this is going to provoke a whole bunch of water cooler news over the next 24 hours. And quite frankly, it's going to take a much harder and closer look at the president and some of what he has and has not said about white supremacy as it relates to the campaign. So we'll see how this develops, especially the political implications. But that is the news coming out today. All right, speaking of news, news that Kamala Harris did not make in the debate last night was this idea of packing the courts. She wouldn't answer the question. Will liberals pack the courts, in other words, add Supreme Court justices to the Supreme Court? Remember, for 150 years, there have been 9. Will they go to 12? She won't say. Biden won't say. Pence tried to pin her down last night, and that was unsuccessful as well. Or was it successful, if you think about it? John Shue is a professor and attorney in Newport Beach, California, with extensive experience in litigation, corporate constitutional law. He is with us now. John, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Well, let's talk about packing the courts. Kamala Harris won't talk about it, but we have you on the show to discuss it. So what is the situation? The fact that she is not answering the question seems to me, at least, to be somewhat of an answer of what her and Biden would do.
Yes, and certainly she could not answer the question last night because former Vice President Biden has not answered the question. And the fact that they refuse to answer the question, I think, in and of itself, is indicative that they hope to do so.
John, I want to ask you a little bit about how this would get done. If the Democrats, or Republicans for that matter, but in this case the Democrats, were going to pack the Supreme Court, how would it work? I mean, it's not like a president can just sign an executive order and boom, you've got 12 Supreme Court justices. So take us through this from a constitutional perspective.
That's right, David. The Constitution gives the Congress the power to specify how many justices are on the Supreme Court. George Washington in 1789 had 6. As you pointed out, since 1869, we've had 9. And what the Democrats are hoping is, if they keep the House, they win the Senate, and if they win the presidency, they intend on adding anywhere between 3 to 7 extra seats, so that there would be anywhere between 12 to 15 Supreme Court justices, all of whom would be very, very liberal.
Do you know how this would work in Congress? I mean, is this a 50-vote threshold? I mean, or is this one of those 60-vote threshold situations? Isn't it just 50 plus a president that would be a Democrat president?
Well, for the Democrats to do that, the first thing that they would have to do is to get rid of the filibuster. Senator Harris has already expressed that she feels very comfortable getting rid of the filibuster, and I think Chuck Schumer would be able to do that. They might come to regret it, but in the short term, if they got rid of the filibuster, they would only need 50 votes with a hypothetical Vice President Kamala Harris casting the deciding vote.
So I don't want to geek out too much on the details, but when you say get rid of the filibuster, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but are you specifically suggesting that the Democrats would have to actually change the Senate rules to permanently eliminate the 60-vote threshold filibuster as it relates to legislation and other things like this?
Oh, sure. When the Democrats had the majority in the Senate, and Harry Reid, the former majority leader from Nevada, when he was running the Senate, Senator Reid was very aggressive in getting rid of the filibuster. He's come to regret it because he did that. We now have Neil Gorsuch on the bench. But the Democrats have shown that they're willing to do whatever it takes to the Constitution or to the Senate rules in order to achieve their short-term goals.
John, you're absolutely right about that. I was going to mention 2013, and I remember covering that back in the day. I was working on Capitol Hill, and there were a lot of Republicans told the majority leader, don't you dare do it. You're going to come back to regret it. And he said, you know what, we're going to do it. And then boom, McConnell changed it with the Supreme Court threshold, lowering that as well. So what happens here, though? I mean, if Democrats did go through with packing the courts, I mean, then what are we in? Are we in a one-up situation? They're going to pack the court, so next time there's a Republican Senate and a Republican president and the filibuster is gone, at that point, we could be looking at maybe 15, 18, 21. Who knows? This could go on forever, John.
Well, it certainly could. The likelihood is that a Republican Senate and a Republican president would probably try to undo the damage to the extent that they could and reduce a Democrat-packed Supreme Court from the theoretical 15 back to 9. Having said all that, if the Democrats succeed in taking the Senate and taking the presidency, I think it's likely they'll keep the House. But if the Democrats succeed, I really am afraid for the legitimacy of the Supreme Court. I'm afraid that the Democrats will make the Supreme Court look like a political body, kind of like an extra super legislature. And the courts are just not designed to do that. And it would be a horrible thing for the court. And I think Chief Justice Roberts would be deeply, deeply disappointed. I might point out, David, that Justice Ginsburg herself, in an interview she gave a few years ago with the great Nina Totenberg, Justice Ginsburg said that packing the court was a horrible, dangerous idea. And I think we should listen to that.
John, really appreciate your insight. Great constitutional knowledge, and thanks for sharing it with our viewers today. All right, we are back in a moment with a last sip. We do it on every program. This one, it's a last sip that only a fly would love, a fly in Pence's head.
Uh-oh, there you go. Slow slicing fruits, veggies, and those stingy onions that bring you to tears. But not anymore. Introducing Nutrachopper, the compact handheld speed slicer that cuts up to 10 times quicker than a knife. Watch. You can have one slice or 10 perfect slices at once. Amazing! You can just julienne, or you can bundle slice julienne sticks at lightning speed. With Nutrachopper, you can slice the entire onion or mince a mound of onions and never have time for tears. Why slice a single apple wedge when you can wedge it all in one snap? Nutrachopper comes with the razor-sharp interchangeable stainless steel blades you need to make all of the cuts you want, and all incredibly quick. Chop thick slices, chop thin slices, chop cubes, chop sticks, and wedge whole fruits and vegetables in just 1 second. Slice it and cook it right in the pan, right on your stove. Chop and slice right into the pot for a family-sized stew with no mess. Snap and slice a fruit salad for the kids right into the bowl in seconds. Slice up a healthy salad for a quick and easy meal on the go. Cube meats and cheeses quick, in a snap. And Nutrachopper comes with a perfect portion container and fresh-keeping lid so you can slice it, seal it, and store it all in one. To clean, simply rinse or rack it in the dishwasher. Then lock it to store it safely in a drawer. And now the Nutrachopper with the thin slice, thick slice, wedge, and cube blades, and the slice and store container and lid, a value of over $40, is yours for just $19.99. But wait! Order now and we'll even pay the shipping for you. You get the complete Nutrachopper set with blades and container with lids, all for just $19.99 with free shipping. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-927-4071 or go online at Nutrachopper.com. That's 1-800-927-4071 or go to Nutrachopper.com. Order now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow, towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the water cooler. Time for today's last sip. And hopefully, as I look into my mug here, there's not a fly in my mug or my soup or anything, but there was a fly on Mike Pence's head. There it is. Ooh. And I got to be honest with you, I was thinking about nothing. I didn't know what he was talking about yesterday when I saw that fly on his head. I was just looking at the fly. I mean, honestly. I mean, as a matter of fact, look, I can't even look at the camera. I'm literally still looking at the fly. It was distracting. Of course, it was trending on Twitter. Of course, the Biden campaign coming out and deciding to, make some campaign hay out of it. Here's what they have. I printed out here. They have a fly swatter. Isn't that nice? Don't let this debate buzz off. Truth and flies. Hilarious. Fly check. Flies, lies, whatever. Anyhow, so they're making some money off of it. And, come on, let's face it, why the heck not? The Trump campaign be doing the same thing. And then there's some tweets. Can we read some of these tweets? These are great. I don't know if we can go to those full screen a little bit. Oh, thank you so much. These are some new tweets. This is, look at this one. Fly at the VP debate. It's Fly on Pence VP 2020. I like this one. Debate Fly at Pence BFF. These are new handles. The famous Pence debate fly at Famous Pence. I like one at the bottom there. Pence debate fly. This one says at @real_Pence fly. Very impressive. I have to tell you, on Twitter, they are extremely creative for sure. And by the way, you know what I was thinking when I saw that fly on Pence's head? I said, is that the same fly that Mike Bloomberg had to deal with? Remember that? There it is. And that fly we're zooming in. There it is. That could be the same fly that made its way somehow to Salt Lake City. Now, I don't know how flies do that exactly, but made its way from that debate months and months ago to Salt Lake City, and then, boom, landed on the vice president's head. But look, I think the only thing buzzing around last night besides the fly was Mike Pence. I got to tell you, I've covered him for more than 15 years now, and we know he's a good debater, but last night, look, he was a great debater. Kamala Harris showed up for sure. She wasn't bad. She was fine. She was serviceable. Mike Pence showed up. All caps. I don't think there was any question about it. And hit her specifically on some of the faith issues, the Green New Deal, tax cuts, the Supreme Court. Why? What was the theme of all of those exactly? Rust Belt, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan. Those are the voters the Trump campaign needs. And Pence did all of the heavy lifting on those specific issues. Job well done. Back in a moment.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow Mattress Topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow Topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price plus free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Welcome back to the water cooler. Hey, the Treasury Department lowering the boom on the Iranian regime. With more on that and quite a bit more on JustTheNews.com. Carrie Sheffield. Carrie, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, David.
All right, and the host, by the way, I buried the lead of Just the News AM. Carrie, tell us a little bit about what the Treasury Department's doing here.
So they announced today that they are sanctioning 18 Iranian banks. This is in an attempt to freeze the markets so that they have no access to U.S. Spenders or U.S. investors. There were already significant sanctions before this. In particular, though, they were targeted more on individuals. This is really going for a systemic, all-out push against the Iranian regime. Mm-hmm. The target here is the Iranian nuclear deal. The response here from the U.S. government is in response to the ratcheting up of nuclear development by the Iranian regime.
Yeah, it's not surprising that they're doing this in the sense that they've taken some similar steps before.
Correct.
Sure.
Right. Exactly. I mean, this is all par for the course for the Trump administration to withdraw from the nuclear deal with Iran that the Obama administration had negotiated. Mm-hmm. They said because the Iranian regime had not, in good faith, actually complied, and in many respects there was international inspectors who were not allowed on the ground in Iran in full compliance with this deal. They also said that the deal itself, the Trump administration said the deal itself would eventually, within 10 to 20 years, allow for the Iranian regime under a sunset to get a nuclear program anyway. Mm-hmm. And so obviously this is a big issue with Israel because Iran has said they want to wipe it off the map. So this is a big point of strength for Trump as it relates to his relationship with Israel. And it was mentioned, as you know, at the Middle East peace deal that was just announced at the White House. Benjamin Netanyahu mentioned the Iranian regime and its threat against Israel. What was interesting in this new wrinkle is that you saw a lot of these Sunni countries who are wanting to push back against the Shiite regime in Iran.
Yeah, I want to ask you, I got about 30 seconds or less on the virtual debate that President Trump's not going to go to. What's the latest? What are we hearing about that?
Well, we just heard that the Trump campaign has requested to expand. They said they would do 2 dates, but they wanted to change the dates. So instead of October 15th and October 22nd, they said, can we do October 22nd and 29th if you're concerned about the president having COVID symptoms? The Biden campaign says, no, we agreed to the dates of the 15th and the 22nd. So now it's a matter of dates. That's really what's going on.
Yeah, well, they got a week to work it out, right?
Yes.
Or not work it out.
Or not work it out. And Trump says if it's not going to be a debate, he's going to do a rally on the 15th.
Of course he's going to do a rally. We expect nothing less.
And we're going to cover it at Real America's Voice. So.
That's right. Carrie, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that does it for the water cooler today. Big show tomorrow. Rudy Giuliani from New York will join us. We're looking forward to having him. He's got a few things to say. See you tomorrow.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice, legendary wide receiver.
You ready for your weekly meeting?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do this.
Let's stack the deck.
When legends play, they wear Copperfit Advanced Back Pro. Copperfit's best-selling compression back support just got better with new double-band adjustable supports for customizable compression when you need it most.
Since I put this on, I feel so much better. The core is the most important thing. To know that I'm stabilized here. Whatever I'm doing, I can give it 100%.
4 built-in stabilizing supports designed to improve posture and help reduce lower back stress and strain.
You have back pain and it's affecting your everyday life. You do something.
If you can find something to help you get back out and be active like Copperfit, go for it.
Absolutely.
Do not give up. A high-performance compression fabric infused with the powerful properties of copper, 360-degree flexible mobility, and lightweight, durable construction.
Nothing more painful than having back pains. If you're aching, if you feel like you can't work out anymore, you can. And that's with Copperfit.
Yeah. It's for all of us who still want to be active, still want to compete.
Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this really does feel good. It feels to me like the fountain of youth.
Copperfit's best-selling back support just got bigger, badder, and better. Or call 1-800-944-5851. Or on the web at advancedbackpro.com. Get yours now for only $19.99.
This does feel good.
That's what I've been saying.
You think it was fair?
It was fun.
Play for the love of the game.
Copperfit, live limitless.
These are our classes, our happy hours, our dates, our birthday parties,